What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another figure unboxing. And today we've got another Jujutsu Kaisen figure. This time we have got Choso, one of the three brothers of the cursed womb, I think they was. They were all incarnated from the cursed womb death paintings. There are three of them. Now I managed to get the toughest of the three of them. He's obviously the cool one of the three. I don't really like the other two brothers, which are Eso and Kechizu. Not really too much of a fan of them. I know we got to see them fight and didn't really last too long because Nobara, Kugisaki and Itadori killed the two of them. But obviously Choso wasn't with them at that point. But it was nice to see Choso later on. He is a really cool character. I did enjoy it when he first appeared into the show. His fighting style was pretty good. He's quite a tough character, tougher than I thought, especially because his brothers weren't as strong as he was. But yeah, he is a really cool character, quite unique. His ability is quite cool. His blood manipulation. Yeah, let's get this open. Yeah, it comes in a really cool art box. It's a Sega Luminasta figure. I've not really got any. I don't think I have any of these actually. I have seen a few of them. They do make pretty cool figures, but I haven't got any of them as of yet. Okay, it comes with a little bit of instructions on either side. They're not in English, but it's just how to put his arms on and his legs on the base. Should be quite simple. Yeah, it's quite a cool figure. Here is the base. Yeah, it's kind of like a little diorama type thing, showcasing Choso using some of his blood manipulation. And there he is. There's Choso. Quite a cool figure. Quite detailed. Do really like this. Like I said, I've not had one of the Sega Luminasta figures before, but it is quite a cool figure. You can see some of his blood manipulation coming out of that line on his face where blood leaks out of once he starts charging up his blood technique. Getting that more ammunition for his moves. Just put him there a sec. Now this piece it says it just clips into here like so. Yeah, that just goes there. And now we have Choso's arms. There are his arms using his blood manipulation. And they just go in there like so. But yeah, that is really a really cool figure. I do really like the detail of these effects. Choso's blood manipulation technique. It is quite cool. I'll put that, connect it to the base. Like so. And there we have it. That is a really cool Jujutsu Kaisen figure. Like I say, because it's like a little diorama. I do really like these figures. Rather than them just stood there not doing anything, posing, I'd rather than be doing like one of their techniques, one of their moves, or a fighting pose or something, using something from the show. So it's pretty cool. I think Choso would be a really cool Figure Art Zero figure. I think they would put some really cool transparent effects on it, put some more of the blood effects on it. But for one of these Sega ones, it's quite cool because they're like compared to the Banprestos, they're seem a bit better quality than the Banpresto. Like it does cost a little bit more, not too much, like £10 more than what Banprestos probably cost. About usually average around £30 here in the UK. But the Sega Luminasta, this one costs £42, £42.99 that I bought from a shop recently. And I think these do go between £30 and £40, so they are quite similar, just because there's a bit more of a base and a bit more effects than what's on the Banpresto figures. But yeah, it is a really cool figure. As I said, I do really like Choso. He's a really cool character. Like I say, he's one of the cursed womb death paintings. He gets reincarnated by by Kenjaku. And once he does get revived, Choso doesn't really show too much. He didn't have as much of an interest in killing people as Kenjaku and Mahito. Choso's a bit more reserved, a bit more laid back, and above anything, Choso he mostly just cares about his brothers. As he says, him and his brothers are all one, so they all need to look out for each other. Obviously that didn't really go too well once Kugisaki and Itadori ended up fighting with them, but obviously, so a spoiler for season 2 in case you haven't seen it. But in season 2, when it's revealed that Choso is actually a brother of Yuji Itadori, they do have a cool fight, a really cool fight. I think it's one of the best fights of that season, even though there was loads of cool fights. It was a really cool fight with Choso and Itadori in the bathroom, or even before they got into the bathroom, once it was outside there in the subway station. Choso using his blood manipulation technique, like when he puts his hands together and makes that laser beam type thing, but it's just blood really, but it can just literally slice through anything. That's like really cool. It was, the animation on them scenes was amazing. Same with once he gets into the toilet and ends up having a hand-to-hand fight with Itadori. That was also really cool. It shows how Choso isn't just a really powerful sorcerer. He's also gifted in hand-to-hand combat and can handle himself quite well. But yeah, he's quite a cool character, quite interesting, and I do like that how once he does find out that Itadori is one of his brothers, because of the stuff with Kenjaku in the past, one of Kenjaku's old vessels back in the day, Itadori ended up being another one of his creations or something. But yeah, Choso and Itadori, once Choso found out that they were brothers, he wanted to ally himself with Itadori and become closer with him, because they are brothers, and the only thing Choso wants is to look out for his brothers. So that was quite cool, and I'm looking forward to the future to see Choso teaming up with Itadori or anyone else, seeing some cool fights that can be happening in the future. Because like I say, he's quite a powerful character. He's a special grade sorcerer, so he can fight all the top, well, maybe not all of them, like Gojo would probably be too tough for him, but he can fight most of the top Jujutsu sorcerers. So yeah, he's quite an interesting and powerful character. And there we have it, another amazing figure unboxing. This time another Jujutsu Kaisen one. Choso, the brother of Itadori, one of the Cursed Womb death paintings. And yeah, he's a really cool character. As I said, his fight scenes in the show, I do like his character. He's not my favourite character in the show, but he's one of the characters who I like. His fighting style, like I say, his blood manipulation technique, his hand-to-hand combat, he is a really cool character. And as I said, I'm happy that now he is on the good side, so it'll be good to see what fights there can be in the future with Choso and how he will help Itadori and the rest of the Jujutsu sorcerers in their fight against Kenjaku and Sukuna later on in the series. I know it's going to be more, I think it's the Culling Games, which is going to be the next arc that'll come out. I'm not sure when that's out, hopefully later this year, but yeah, I think the Culling Games is next. But yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see. But yeah, it is a really cool figure, this Sega, for the first time I've bought a figure by this brand. It's quite cool, as I said. It's quite detailed. See all the blood manipulation there, and I like how it's got the blood coming out of that line on his face, the marking. Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah, I'll have to try and get some more of these Sega Luminasta figures. Hopefully there can be there'll be someone you can put opposite Choso maybe. Like it doesn't show on the box, like the Banpresto figures, the combination battle ones where it'll show you on the box who the other characters are. This one doesn't show you, so I'm not too sure. But I know you can get them like opposing each other. with some of the figures, so it's like from a fight scene, so I don't know if there's an Itadori one that can go with this Choso. I'm not too sure, let's have a look online. When I was in a store where I bought this from, they didn't have an Itadori version to go with this. All they had was they had a Sukuna and a Satoru Gojo, but I already have the Sukuna and Gojo figures, plus I thought out of the 3 figures that I seen there, the Choso one was the coolest one. The Gojo one was okay, and so was the Sukuna one, but it wasn't as good as this figure. But yeah, like I said, I'll have to keep a lookout and try and get some more figures. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more figure and statue unboxings.